There's huntsman work, and then there's work that only a huntsman can stomach. In Mistral, you'll get both kinds. Full of thieves and assassins, this is a region where the people can be just as, if not more, dangerous than the Grimm. If you don't know how to watch yourself, a wrong back alley can swallow you up just as easily as a manticore. It's the type of place where secrets live in the open. Perfect for the brazen sort to make an unscrupulous living. Unlike Vacuo, this isn't where people go to disappear. It's where they go to make empires. Hidden amongst the winding mountains and in the belly of the underworld, you're sure to find them. Just make sure you don't stick your nose too far where it doesn't belong.
Hello.
Hello.
How is it going, adventurers?
Eddie's not there yet.
He appears.
Oh my god. Surprise. I thought we were going to get an episode without a headmaster. Off the
Welcome to
rails.
session 9. Oh, you wish. Session 9 of the Grimm campaign. I'm your host and headmaster, Eddie Rivas, and with me are the lovable...
My name is Carrie, and I am Pike Wright.
My name is Chris, and I am Phoenix Nemean.
My name's Laura, and I'm Arashtra Sky.
Hey, and I'm Chad. I play Asher Mora.
I'm just going to
Quickly,
default to
too.
Chad, because Chad seems to always get the good recaps in. Last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, we snuck around this mansion. They were doing some bidding on some stuff. Some people made it into the walls. The important thing that came from everything was that I got the scroll that we were supposed to have, and we all met back up, and we found the secret tunnel. And we started to explore the secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
If I can stop you real quick.
We're skipping some parts.
We
here.
found the secret tunnel, and then you got the scroll. I just want to put those in the right order.
I might have had to bust through a window and grappling hook swing my way into another window, Die Hard style.
You also set up Team Smoke's Mina Lavender kind of to be the fall person
I
for
did.
that on your way out. So
I'm very pleased about that. My only regret is that I realized that I stole some jewelry from that desk and I didn't sprinkle a little bit on her as well to like really, seal that framing job. We all then started traveling through the tunnels where we came across a couple rooms. Some of them had maybe one working computer where we had a very easy option to potentially open a door, and then maybe the rolls weren't in our favor, and then that didn't work out. So then we took an alternate path, and I think we managed to loop back around to go to we were just going into the door of the original room that we could have gone in on the other side.
I think that it was better that we went that way because we all had a little more time together.
We were definitely caught on a security camera though. Now we had some interesting knocks going back and forth.
you guys have seen evidence that there was some weirdness that happened here. I think it was Pike did a little nature check and could tell that there was some Grimm that had kind of done some stuff.
Oh yeah.
There is also a locked door that requires a key card in that original room that had the computers and the all those claw marks and stuff like that. So yeah, you guys made your way into this room.
Shit.
There's some bandits waiting for you around the corner. The
Wait, they're
room looked
bandits?
like,
We don't know who they are yet, I thought.
well, I'm telling you now, it's bandits of some
Oh,
kind.
man.
Oh, come on! They can't be
Well,
scientists.
You're
Here,
gonna see 'em
here.
when
I
you-
rolled a perception check.
You're
It
gonna
was
see
20.
them when we
Go ahead
start
and
this
tell me.
thing. It's like hired muscle, right? They're all in this room, and you could tell that the room looked like it had been caved in. So yeah, that's where we're gonna
Perfect.
start off here. You guys are exploring the space. You came into this room. There's some hired muscle dudes in here waiting for you, and they start attacking pretty much as soon as you guys run in and get around the corner.
Seriously?
Now,
And, that's
the
where we're
last
at.
time we were in Tailspire, you kind of, you let us know like, hey, this is more about the layout and not the actual aesthetic of this place. Would you mind painting a word picture of the aesthetic of this place? Because right now it kind of looks like we're gonna be looking for gold.
Well, I mean, this is still like a rocky cavern, right? This
Okay,
is an
okay.
unfinished room. Just
Okay.
imagine that all this has been caved in, and this isn't like actually open to the daylight.
Right.
This is all like a big, like carved out room.
Got it.
So let's get your game pieces on here, and while we're doing that, you guys roll for initiative.
Great.
I love it.
6 for me.
Well, that
Oh,
went about as poorly as it possibly could have gone.
My total is 19.
13 for me.
4 for Coquinos.
Yeah, so you guys come in here. The entrance is pretty much right over there where Phoenix is on the screen. You guys come in, and you have after you run around this like kind of corner or get up to the edge of it, you can see that you've got these these bandits here. First up in the order, and they are like poised and ready to attack. First up in the order is Pike.
I'm going to move in, and then I'm going to pull out my my weapon, switch it to cannon mode as a free action, and I'm just going to shoot my cannon at the one on the left.
We didn't even try and negotiate.
You know what? I'm tired. I did not a great roll. I did 5 damage.
You come around the corner, you like aim, like take aim. These guys, again, to clear your conscience a little bit, these guys were like ready to go, and it was kind of a reactionary thing. They were ready to go. You pulled up, you shot. You hit this guy right in the knee, kind of knock him down to his knees, and everybody else is popping off too. And next up in the order is Arashtra.
Yeah, so I've leapt up onto this ledge, and I'm gonna just draw my bow at the closest bandit.
Yep, so you fired him. Give me your roll.
Oh!
Oh, you scramble up onto this rock, you like pull up the crossbow, and you get ready to fire that thing, but you were in such a hurry when you were leaping up this rock that you slipped. The shot goes wide, and you are now laying prone on the top of this thing.
There were worse outcomes.
Yeah,
There
for
were
sure.
There
worse.
were, yeah.
Yeah.
Next up in the order is Asher.
I got nothing here. Okay,
I mean,
well then,
could you go up to the right side?
sure. Yeah, you know what, let's do that. How about I climb up here? I assume it's small enough that I don't have to do it.
Yeah, that's small enough you don't have to do a roll. It'll just take a bunch of your movement to do it, so you won't be able to move much further from there.
Okay, that's fine. Am I in
Be
range
careful,
to
the
hit
rocks
these
are
3
slippery.
guys with my glaive?
Yes, yeah, you could hit either any of those 3.
Nat 20.
Okay. Before you roll that second one, you go ahead and fire this thing out, and yeah, you pull yourself up onto this rock, you swing it, you with the glaive towards them. I mean, you clock. It's like no scope headshot, right? Like clock this guy right in the face. His aura shatters, and he collapses and falls off this rock just from that one shot.
Ooh. Wow, I didn't even have to
That
roll
was
for
really
damage
bad.
there. You were just
Which
like,
means-
get it. All right.
Well, I mean, yeah, because it's a automatic like full damage, right?
Well, no, it's not automatic full damage, but these guys don't have a ton.
Oh, okay.
They don't have a ton of HP, and you had actually gotten that guy decently
Okay.
low. Okay, yeah, give me your damage roll.
Great. Just like me.
I like how I got stuck behind the guy. So what's your modifier on that?
It's 1d8 plus 4 slashing.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you did 5 damage to that guy. You get up, fire the first one, like no scope headshot the first guy. He falls off the rock after his aura shatters. You throw the other glaive, catch this guy in the side, and he stumbles off to the side a little bit, and you snap that glaive back to yourself. Next up in the order are
Pro plays.
Yeah.
Bandit boys. First bandit is up is the one in the back. This guy is gonna move a little bit closer to you guys here, and he's got a crossbow that he's gonna aim at Asher.
Yes. I mean, oh no.
And yeah, he gets up there and shoots, and that thing just sails like completely wide. He's like super freaked out. His arms are shaking. He
Does he
shoots it.
slip and fall?
I want you to know that I maintained
Completely
eye
whiffs.
contact with him. I didn't even flinch the whole time.
Next one up is this one in the middle. He runs up, and he's actually going to take aim at Asher as well. Actually, no, he's going to take aim at Pike.
What? No, you said it. You said it.
He runs up, and also this is a super exciting round of combat to watch, guys, because he also stumbles down the stairs and is super freaked out and shoots completely wide of Pike as well. Right. Next up is this guy in the back, and
He looks different.
He looks a little bit different than
Yeah.
the other guys. Right. You can tell from him. Right. All these guys look like kind of like hired muscle, right? But this guy, he's dressed a little bit differently, and you can tell that he's got a little bit of like dust, kind of like inlaid with his sleeves and stuff. And so this guy moves up, and he kind of lifts his arms up, and he's got this like rod that he uses for a weapon, and he waves it. And let's see what happens here. Oh, how much HP do you guys have, Asher and Arashtra?
That's not a good question.
Oh, don't like hearing that.
I have 16.
I have 22.
Okay. So he gets
Asher
up there and
jumping
he
away.
waves this wad around. It's this like rod around it. It's like infused with dust, and it glows. And Asher, you get sleepy, and you fall asleep.
So now
Okay.
I'm asleep?
Yeah, so Asher falls asleep right where Rasher is. Someone will have to use an action to wake him up.
Ooh,
All right,
do I
so-
restore aura points while I'm resting?
Get a short rest.
No, it's not a short rest. All right, we are all the way over to Phoenix in the order now.
Hey, Pike, would you like to do
yeah?
a thing?
What kind of thing?
A thing that involves me throwing you.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, if you guys want to do a team attack, normally you have to be within 10 feet of each other per kind of these rules that we've got for team attacks now. And the target has to be within 30 feet. The cool thing is that you guys get to choose from a list of like bonuses. So we'll let you pull this one off, but one of the bonuses is that you can increase the range of your attack by 30 feet. So that'll just have to be one of the bonuses that you pick, because these guys are just kind of out of range for you guys to pull this off. But if that's one of your bonuses, you get to pick one more from this list that we've got. You guys would spend a total of 6 AP between the two of you, and then Pike is also giving up his turn in the order. So yeah, Phoenix, you would throw him, Pike would do his thing, and then you guys would pick one other effect.
What I want to do is I want to grab you. I'm going to grab you by your arm, turn, do like a full 360 spin, and throw you. And I want you to do whatever it is you want to do with that drill arm at Sleepy Boy.
Phoenix, you throw me right at Sleepy Boy. And then I think the other thing I should get, my other one will be gaining advantage on the attack, so I can't mess this up.
Why would you put that
so
on me?
so
Put
you're
that on
gonna
the
do advantage
gods.
of the
Oh,
attack.
no.
Okay, so Phoenix, you need to make a strength roll to see if this works out.
Okay.
What are we gonna do about team attack? Do they get advantage then on the initial, since they're burning a ton of aura?
Yeah, I'm going to give you advantage on it because it
Makes
is
sense.
costing you a lot of aura. So because it would suck if you just like rolled like a 4, then that was it. And you just burned
Yeah.
6 aura.
Phoenix, how much aura do
yeah.
you have?
How much aura? I have a total of 9, so I should probably just take. I could take 3 of it, or I could take 4 of it, whatever you want.
I'll take 5.
Yeah, so they have to
Okay.
split for the audience. They have to split 6 aura points between them. They can do that however they want.
But
Except
one
we
has to
each have to
take
use
at
at least one.
yeah.
Correct.
So yeah, you get advantage
Cool.
on this
Wow,
strength roll
thanks.
because you're burning a bunch of aura.
Let's do it.
All right. So I'm grabbing both my die here. I'm gonna roll them at the same time. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go. Please give me something big. Oh my God, it's not great.
Wow.
way.
My strength modifier is a whopping +2.
So you're going to have to modify
dying
this team
inside right
attack
now.
a little bit, right? He throws you, it's just not going to be nearly as far, right? Because but you do have the increased range, so he's not going to be able to like lob you straight into the guy. He's able to throw you just a little bit.
So what I do is I run up and I grab Pike by his non-drill arm, and I go for like the big like spin like the hurricane move, and I throw Pike, and then Pike does.
Yeah, so he was going to like throw you all the way to the guy, but now it's he's probably only throwing you about like 15 feet and like a little bit more up, so you're going to have to change what you're doing.
So straight into the fire.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Can somebody move me to where I actually am, because I can't move me right now. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm moving you. This
Thank
is
you.
this is as far as I'll get you.
I'm gonna be firing us. I'm gonna be using my cannon instead of my drill pointy part, but that's okay because it's still gonna be a good attack.
And you have advantage.
I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna use a little bit of dust to do a firebolt attack. So I hurl fire, make a ranged spell attack against the target.
Well, you have to roll your d20.
I rolled a 9 with advantage.
Phoenix,
Yeah.
you spun him and tried to throw him. You didn't throw him quite as far because you just misjudged his weight. He was a lot more dense than you expected him to be.
I've
Pike,
heard
you
that
get
before.
up in the air and you fire your cannon and just miss to the right of this guy.
All right, well there goes my turn. I'll hang out here.
Okay.
All right, next up in the order is Arashtra.
How do I not be prone? Do I use a move action? to
Yeah, it
stand
just
up?
uses half of your movement to stand up. Okay, so you stand up.
I do.
Can she
I'm
just
gonna
poke him
stand
with a
up.
weapon?
Well, that's what I was gonna do. Is just kind of poke him awake, and then assuming that he wakes up, I'd like to hop down with the other half of my movement from the
Okay, great. Yeah, so you
Okay.
stand up, you like clock him in the side with your weapon. Asher, you kind of jolt awake, and then Arashtra, you jump down from the rock. Nice. Next up in the order is Asher.
Okay, well, I stand up. I'm pretty close to Sleepy Guy, right?
You are, I don't know, that's probably about like 5, 10, 15, 20-ish feet. Okay, so standing up is 15 of your movement. So you can move another 15 feet, and I think that would get you right in front of the guy, or like kind of diagonal to him, so you get up pretty close to him.
I'm not liking anything about that little wand that he was waving. So I'm gonna do a stupid thing, and I'm gonna rush right up to him, and I'm going to attempt to disarm him
Oh,
using
nice.
my
Oh.
sword breakers. I want to hook that rod with the sword breaker and wrench it out of his hand.
Give me we'll just do your dexterity. Right, give me a dexterity check on it, and then we'll roll against him, basically.
Well, that's not looking good. This is a 7.
He's rolling to see if he... Nope, that does... yeah, you run up and you try to disarm him, and he's able to react enough and pull his rod back.
I'm in a bad spot right now, though.
Nice. So next up in the order is this one ranger here that's a little bit further back, and he is going to fire down at Pike, because that's who he has a little bit clearer line of sight on. And
Sure.
raises up his crossbow, and yeah, so that's going to be a hit. So he fires that at you. He hits you for 7
cool,
damage.
great. Awesome.
Right, so yeah, so he turns at you, fires that thing, connects that crossbow bolt like right into your shoulder, and you stumble back a little bit. All right, next one up in the order is the one that's a little bit lower on the staircase, and Asher, you're right in front of him, so he's going to lift his crossbow up and just shoot that at you. You see him kind of getting ready for it. You just try to disarm this guy. This guy turns, shoots at you. You do like an awesome Matrix dodge, and that sails just out of the way. And next up in the order, we've got Dust User over here. He turns to you, Asher. And he's going to swing that. He's going to swing that staff at you.
Am I allowed to try and use my sword breaker now?
Actually, you could do that. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, so he lifts up and he kind of has this look like you're going to try to take this from me. I'm going to like clock you in the face with it. He swings it at you, and so now you're going to use your sword breaker again to try to catch it. So give me a dexterity roll.
4 plus just dex is 7.
Cool. So he only rolled a 2 on his damage. So you catch that thing, and then you like snap it like off to the side, and now he's looking at you like completely unarmed. And next up in the order is
That's what
Phoenix.
I wanted.
I'm feeling pretty awful right now. Like, Pike, I'm so sorry. I
It's
feel so bad.
okay.
Ah, no. And I'm getting like, I can feel myself getting really angry.
Oh, that kind of awful.
It's a different kind of upset though. Typically I get like anxious and I get scared and I get nervous and I go into beast mode. But this time I'm just getting like legitimately just upset at myself, and I'm upset at the situation, and I can feel myself just kind of trigger my beast mode like instantaneously. I turn it on, and I make a break for the guy at the top there. Also, I have a climbing speed of 40 feet.
You're gonna have to spend 1 or a point to get up there, just because you're climbing 10 feet, you're moving, your full movement.
So I don't mind. I'm legitimately just, I'm distressed at the situation.
Yep.
And so I bound, and I climb up this rock, and I get up to the top here, and I want to just go like just wail right down on this guy. Like I'm so upset.
All right, give me your rolls.
Please don't give me a 4.
Watch it be a 3. Oh,
Okay.
well.
Oh,
2 is less than 4.
You're in beast mode, scramble up the rocks, and you are like in such a hurry scrambling up that you like leap and like go right past this guy. Next up is Pike.
Okay.
I'm going to move just a little bit just to kind of feel better about where I'm at in life, but I'm going to just shoot my cannon at Sleepyman.
Give me a roll.
17.
yay!
Nice, that
There
hits.
we go.
Give me your damage.
1d10 plus 4 bludgeoning damage.
Whoa! Oh, look at these rolls.
Nice. Big
Cool.
rolls.
So yeah, you run over to the side, you aim your cannon, and kind of like you do like a little strafe run and like fire that thing, and he's still reacting from not having his weapon. You catch him right in the side. His aura shatters. He just goes like skidding across the floor. That was a big hit.
Yeah, and then I turn to him, and I've been wearing glasses the whole time. You didn't know this. I take them off and I say, I messed up. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Yeah, the other two guys are. We're gonna go ahead. They're so freaked out now. They are gonna get disadvantage on their next rolls.
All right, let's make sure to keep one alive so we can ask him some questions.
Okay, next up is Arashtra.
Okay, I'm gonna use blue dust in one of my arrows. So first I'm gonna hop up. Nope, not up. This way. And I'm gonna aim it at the guy that is behind, lower than Phoenix.
Okay.
18.
Cool. Yep. So that hits.
Nice.
Give me your damage and the effects.
It's damage 9, but this attack, it's not an area-based attack. It's just an additional 1d4 cold damage, and they're frozen for 3 turns without a saving throw.
Okay, so you hit that guy with an arrow. He's already taken some damage. That arrow, it hits him. His aura shatters when it does, and he collapses.
I think I still have some movement left. Can I use it?
Sure.
I just want to hop back up on the rock.
Cool. So next up in the order is Asher.
What I'm wondering is, can I very just like intimidatingly approach this last guy, just kind of like twirling my weapons and convince him to put his weapon down?
Yeah, give me an intimidation check.
It's at 9. 9 is where I'm at.
Yep. So that's not going to be enough. He's still freaked out, but like he's
Okay.
still like super clutching onto his weapon.
I don't know. I want him to be alive. I want him to
Don't-
be
if you-
awake and alive.
If you don't attack him now, I'm coming up in a second, and I can try and do the same thing.
Ooh,
He's
can
gonna
I,
have a chance
for my
first,
action,
though.
can I disarm him?
Yeah, you can go for it.
Dexterity.
12.
Cool. You actually beat his roll on that, and you grab his crossbow, and you're able to yank that away from him. And now he realizes he's like totally screwed, and he falls down to his knees. And he's like, "Guys, just don't kill me. Just don't kill me. We've been locked in here for a really long time. There were Grimm everywhere, and we locked ourselves in, and we took some supplies, and we've just been trying to survive in here for a little while. I don't even know how long."
Why are you here?
Pastel hired us. We were here. They were running some experiments or doing something down here with some stuff that they found in the mountains. That's really all I know. We were just here to kind of in case things went south, and then they went south, and we've just been hiding.
Unless anybody else wants to say anything, I'd like to level my weapon and say, do you have a key card?
You level your weapon at him, and he's like, no, I don't have the key card. There's a key card. If you guys head out of this room and head down the hall, there's a security type room, and the guys with all the clearance, they were in there when the attack started. So I don't know where that is, but that's where they were.
And then I want to kind of look to everybody and say, like, I think we should bring him with us.
Sure. Also, I want you to know that at this time, like, since I disarmed and I have his crossbow, like the whole time I was kind of inspecting it, but also just like very uncomfortably pointing the end at his face, like a lot.
Yeah, the whole time he's like. Okay, so you guys are gonna bring him with you?
Sure. What did they hire? I would love to ask him. What did they hire? What did they hire you to do?
He's like, we were just here. We were here in case any of the Grimm got out. They were running all these experiments with them, and we were supposed to be here to protect from the Grimm, but it all went bad really fast.
What's the story with Sleepy Boy over there?
No, he's one of us.
Have you heard or seen anything useful that you can share with us?
So he lets you know that the Grimm were brought here. They were brought here in cages. Give me an insight check.
How did the Grimm get out? That's what I want to ask.
Give me an insight check.
20, non-nat
Right.
20.
Arashtra got a 20, right?
Nice.
This guy is being pretty forthcoming, and from what you can tell, there's just really not a lot that he can tell you.
I am going to let you guys know, if we take him with us, this is either someone we have to keep alive or sacrifice and kill at some point. So keep that in mind.
I'm not prepared for that
What's
kind of
gonna
responsibility.
While holding the crossbow still at him, and be like, I can just kill him right now.
I'd like to use my rope
Okay.
to tie all of them up so they can't wake back up. And then I want to get instructions one more time of like where the security room is.
You tie him up, and then he lets you know that if you go out of this hall and then hang down to the right, the security room is the big room all the way at the end of the complex.
Are there any other surprises we should be aware of?
Give me an intimidation check.
That's 19.
He tells you, he's like, yeah, there's this, there is kind of a booby trap in the room, right in front of the security room.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we should take him with us. We just have to be prepared that it won't be for long, is what I'm saying.
Oh
We're
my
either
God,
gonna,
I know
like,
exactly
part
what
ways.
All right, I'm about this.
All right,
Arashtra.
Asher just got like already like Asher likes Arashtra, but like right there, he's just like, yeah, we should take him with us. Like,
I have become so much weaker since I started caring about you guys. So like,
All right, so you guys lead this bandit guy out of the kind of cavernous room. You're back in the supply room, and how are you proceeding from here? Are you making him go in front of you, or are you asking him to like lead you around? Like, what are you doing?
I say lead on to the security room.
Yeah, he kind of looks back at you. He's like, do you want to know where anything else is, or just where that is?
Tell us everything or I'll scuttle your butt.
All right, so you guys just push him along,
Every
and you guys are. I don't have an NPC on the board to like lead around just because I'm not doing it, but you guys kind of head.
That's fine.
We can see the Tailspire view. Yeah, so you guys head south out of that room. He kind of motions to that room across the hall. He's like, "That's where they were keeping. That's where they were keeping the Grimm."
You want to check out this Grimm holding facility, or you want to move on to the security room?
I'm worried about people finding us.
I think
don't
it's
know.
best we go to the security room. Those cameras might have seen us already, and
Yeah.
who knows when we're going to start to see company.
So then you guys head over to the from the screen that we're looking at now.
Yeah.
Here you guys head to your right, and that's where he leads you.
Yes, the light of God will shine their path.
So yeah, you guys head down that way, and you find this door here, and it is open.
Again, he's going ahead of us through all these doors.
Yeah.
He kind of like points forward down towards the end of that hallway. He was like, "Yeah, that down there, that just leads to kind of like a really weird dead end. I don't really know anything about that. I don't know if you want to go check it out or not." And then the security room is over here and I have to look at your screen. Yeah, over here to our right.
So the security room has cameras all over this place, right? So theoretically, couldn't we see the feeds from all these rooms once we're in the security room?
Yeah. He thinks about that for a second. He's like, yeah, you'd be able to check out all the rooms.
I look
Actually,
up and
bring
do I see any security cameras in the hallway?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Well, that's not great. 9 plus 1, so it's a 10.
Yeah, you actually see one just kind of like, it's kind of hidden over by the door. Very small camera. Okay, so now where are you guys going?
I say we send our friend here. Oh, by the way, what's your name?
My name is...
We don't care.
I don't want to know his name.
All right,
We're gonna call you
Why don't we call
Andy.
you Fodder? All right,
that
all right,
works.
Fodder.
He's like, my name is NP.
We'll see about that.
Coral.
Why don't you go on ahead and open that door for us?
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, so he walks up to this door, and that door is
Why are we
unlocked as well.
dumb?
Yeah, he leads you down through this hallway. Now, down this hallway, as you guys are making your way through, right, this is where you can see that there definitely was signs of fighting here, right? There's some blood on the ground. There's more scratch marks. And he kind of lets you know as you're walking through, he was like, yeah, things were real bad when the Grimm got out.
You said they were doing experiments in the Grimm. Was there anything weird about the Grimm?
Not when they escaped, actually.
Hey, I really appreciate how great of a host you've been. Go on.
He's like, so I can just leave now, right? Like, I can just turn around and I showed you where
through that
security
I'd
room
like to
is
do
just
a
past
perception
this.
check. I
Okay.
want to see if I can detect anything happening around the door.
I would also like to.
Can we all throw a
Yeah,
perception?
you can do your little investigation checks, yeah.
7. Yes.
Ooh, Asher.
20.
Now,
Asher,
Carrie? Carrie, you deserved that, Carrie. I watched the dice like slowly spin and it stopped on 1. You just dropped it.
So yeah, Asher you press your ear against the door, and you're kind of able to feel it out, and then you can like tell that there is just like you actually get like a little bit of a static shock when you kind of do this, and you are leaning in it. You can kind of hear that kind of like that vibration, that rumble of like a lot of electricity.
I would like to encourage our guest to open the door.
So he looks at you, he's like, do you just want me to open it? I can open it.
yeah,
Yeah, sure, man.
yeah. If you're
Okay.
offering,
Oh,
just to be
boy.
clear, just to be
I don't
clear,
feel good about
you
this.
offered.
He turns and opens the door, and inside, right, it just looks like another like normal room in the space. You can see that there are some things on the floor, right, that look like they might have been bodies at one point, and they look like they are
They're chalk markings.
pretty singed and burned, but that's all you can tell.
Go on through, bud.
Are you sure? Is that what you want me to do?
My stomach's legit turning. I'm gonna go ahead and turn away so I don't look at any of this.
I don't want to have to
Yeah,
sacrifice this
it's-
guy.
do we-
I'm just
do we still
willing
have,
to.
Do we still have the person's weapon?
The
do I
crossbow?
still have the
Yeah, you still
crossbow?
have you still have his crossbow.
Toss it in the room.
Fine. I tossed the crossbow through the threshold. I unloaded it first. I disarmed it before I threw it.
Yeah, you unload it, you throw that in there, and when it hits the floor, I mean, it's like huge electrical spark and jolt, and like it's like, when it hits, and you guys can like feel that jolt of electricity from where you're at.
Can I do a perception check to see if like I see anything in the room that could like?
Yeah,
shut
go ahead
it
and give me a perception check.
off? 3.
I got a
All right,
14.
Asher, when you threw that crossbow, you noticed, right, like, so in addition to like this like jolt of electricity when the crossbow like hit the ground, the lights also like dimmed, and you saw for just a second there's like a little yellow path that like lit up, right, and went from the room and down the hall and like kind of ran down the hallway back behind you guys.
Do I see this thing where it goes from here? Because I'm looking in that direction.
You were looking there, yeah, you saw that it ran all the way back down that hallway from where you guys came from, and then around the corner to the left, all the way back from where you guys originally came from.
I will run that way then. I could do that.
We could go all the way back and shut off that panel, but I prefer to do things the more efficient way. And like, why didn't somebody just cut that line?
I'm making my way back because I'm feeling real squeamish.
Fine.
And I make my way back to the storage room that we had seen earlier with the electrical panel. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so I'm in the storage room.
Mhm.
And I look for the panel, wherever that was on the wall.
Yeah, it's on the
here.
wall. Give me an intelligence check on it, or a wisdom.
I got a 7.
Yeah, so you look at it, you're not really able to make like heads or tails of it, right? It's kind of like, it's almost, we're just gonna imagine like it's a little like RPG mini game.
I'm gonna push my comm and say, someone better come over here before I punch this thing and just break it.
I mean, you could punch
I
it.
think you should just punch it. Yeah.
Okay. And I run it back and I punch it.
All right, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it, right? You punch through this thing, right? It shatters, and you guys see that line kind of like light up real quick, and then actually go ahead and roll a d8 for me.
So I rolled a
Nice.
5.
So you rolled a 5. Yeah. So you punch that
Cool.
thing, and like that light like runs back and forth. You guys hear it in the room just like turn off. But then you get a jolt of electricity on your side.
Phoenix, you did it. Great job.
As I'm approaching, you could just see that my hair is all standing, and I'm kind of like just sizzling, like a little smoke coming off my shoulders.
He just
All
walks
right.
up and just, and then just like a puff of smoke.
All right, do we want to test it?
Yeah, JP or whatever can test it.
He takes a tentative step forward, and he like flinches, and he's like, "I love you, Mom," and then steps on the thing, and then it's fine. Okay. So yeah, you guys go
okay.
into the room, and then he kind of points your way over there. He's like, "That's number 9. That's the security room."
Can I investigate the room for anything that might be in here? Like, I don't know, a key card?
Yeah, go for it.
17.
Cool. Yeah. The only thing that you see in here, Pike, right, are some kind of like charred remains where it looks like someone activated this room to try to protect themselves from Grimm, and they definitely got caught up in it.
Okay, I closed the door we came in, and I manually locked that one.
Yeah.
I would also like to gonna do a perception check on the door we're about to walk through.
You kind of go check out the room or check out the door, and it is like dead quiet in there.
Anyway, friend, after you.
So
Can't
he
do
looks
it.
at you guys really nervously, and he kind of like makes his way up to the door. He pushes the button, it opens, and inside it is dark, but it's got like a overhead flashing lights. Like one of the lights is like hanging down and like swinging. There are some computers inside sparking, and you can tell like as the light flashes, right, that there's definitely been some bloodshed.
All right, you know what? Even though I'm a little low on aura, I haven't got to do it yet. I would like to use my glow, which is the other part of my aura, which is that my hands glow, and I can reveal 60 feet of darkness.
We'll also go ahead and say that as you guys came out of the, I meant to do this when you guys came out, like legit, that you guys took a short rest when you came out of the storage and got into the storage room. And yeah, there's some like scorching kind of around this room and like the entrance, right? So whatever Grimm might have been in here, looks like they might have gotten scorched on their way out by this booby trap room behind you. But these people that were in here did not make it. And then there's kind of there's some broken screens and like a computer monitor and stuff over on the far wall. Cool. So MP walks in there first, and yeah, he's just standing in the middle of the room now. So you guys go in. What are you doing in there?
I mean, I know it's a little basic, but I guess a perception check.
Yeah, go for it.
A 2.
I'm gonna do just general perception, but I definitely would like to encourage Arastra to go check out the computer.
Okay,
Yeah.
I did general perception at 18, but I am gonna move. towards
Another
it.
nat 20.
Asher got that nat 20.
Wow.
Yeah, so between the two of you, right, you can see that.
God, I hope
this
there's no information.
that this computer that's against the wall, like it is still working. Some of the monitors, right, it's like kind of a big bank of monitors, right? Some of those are smashed. There's one guy that's like on the floor, like dead near it, and you can see kind of like some like blood trailing down a little bit of the keyboard and a little bit of the front of it, where you could tell that he was doing something at the computer just before he died.
I want to search the body.
So yeah, Asher, since you rolled so high on that first thing, I'm not going to make you roll again. You check the body and you find a key card.
Yes.
So is anyone interacting with the computer?
I'm gonna reach out and just hit enter.
The screen wakes up
Okay,
and comes alive, and it's asking for the key card.
Where can we find a key card?
Lo and behold.
Convenient.
And then I hand her the key card.
So what are you guys doing with the computer?
I just gave Arastra the key card.
Okay,
Thanks. Okay. Yeah, I used it on the computer.
cool. When you swipe that, right, some of these monitors start to flicker back to life, right, and you can see through to a couple of the rooms around the compound. Some of the monitors are broken, but you can see something that's labeled room 7. And in room 7, right, it looks like there's sort of this like kind of like high security like lockbox looking thing, and like a row of these like lockers and lockboxes that are all open. The camera seems to be pointing at one that is still closed, and then like one of the other cameras is pointing at another room, and you'll recognize this as the room that MP was talking about, where he said that that's where they were holding the Grimm, and it's pretty obvious because you can see that there are some cages that were in there that have clearly been like torn open. And so in addition to those camera feeds coming up, right, there's also like a list of files. There's also another box, right, and it looks like this was the last thing that was done on this computer. You can tell just from kind of like looking at it, because it's where the cursor was last. It's labeled L1.
Since you said some of the other computer like monitors turned on, am I able to like look through the security footage of on another computer while Arastra digs through files? Or
Yeah, so you try to access security footage, and it says it sends you kind of like an error message that says data not found, diverted to L1.
I'm gonna stay away from all the computers, but encourage my new friends to dig into this L1 folder.
I want to try to access the L1 folder.
Hey,
Alright.
NP, do you know anything about L1?
He's like, yeah, that's one of the lower levels. That's where they keep kind of like the mainframe where all the backups and stuff are.
so
Which L are
level
we on?
1.
Yeah, like level 1. We're on level 5.
All right, what's in the file?
You guys open up L1, and from there, just kind of like clicking around digging, you can tell that the last, right, it's kind of like a command log. And the command log was to divert and kind of like direct all files to this backup on L1. And then there's an option, divert power to L1 elevator, yes or no.
I mean, we gotta go to L1.
I'm going to click yes.
You click yes, and when you do, the entire place like shakes. The lights in the room, they fade out, and then kind of red emergency lights turn on everywhere, and they kind of lead in a path like down towards the area where you guys came from. Right, the computer monitors like flicker, and they look like they're going to go off for a second, but then they kind of hum back to life, and the whole place like quakes from this diversion of power. Right, it seems like there was just enough power to send to wherever this sent to. Then something happens on the screen. It starts flickering and flashing, and there's a bunch of static, and you can start to make out a figure on there, and you start to kind of like gradually hear like audio that's coming through this feed, and it's a woman's voice. And it's a woman's voice, and she's like, hello? And then gradually it resolves to Arastra. You would recognize this person because you were the only person that saw her when you were at the manor. This is Lemon, who is the leader of the Wave Gang. And she's kind of looking around at all of you, and she was like, oh, you guys again. It seems somebody finally found and got access to Pastel's hidden laboratory. Smoke told me they'd buried that out in the mountains, but between that and Mina getting arrested tonight, it seems I'm gonna have to adjust their fees.
Sounds good to me. Those guys are the worst.
You hear some commotion start in the background, and she kind of like gives like a very pointed like you shut your mouth right now or I'm gonna hurt you. Look to somebody off screen.
I'm going to wave you guys over to interact with her.
She kind of looks at all of you. How did you find your way down there? We've been looking for it for a really long time.
How do you have access to this if you're looking for it?
And she kind of grins a little bit, and she's like, well, I've got access to a lot of Pastel's things after tonight. She looks around, and she was like, I think when you guys make your way back to Kuchinashi, you'll find that it's a different city waiting for you. I've made sure of that.
I don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
Actually, someone give me a perception check.
Arastra, go.
Hey.
Yes!
Nice.
24.
This actually works out really well because you were the person that was actually looking at all the items when you were in the auction. She is wearing like an old silver and gold necklace that's got this like ornate jewel kind of like set into the center of it, and it actually looks very, very familiar because it looks really similar to the items that you saw on display.
What do you want with Pastel's facility?
At this point, we were able to get a bunch of what we actually wanted from there. According to my resources, there's still one or two things in there. But at this point, we got most of what we needed tonight. And all I really care about now is burying it for good.
Why don't y'all keep talking for a second? We're gonna check the other room out.
Arastra, you noticed that the necklace lights up blue.
Are there any exits to this room?
No, just this one in front of you.
Okay, so anyways, y'all are talking. I'm making my way back because I'm trying to see what's going on out here now. All the things that happened when you all turned the computers, did some stuff with the
Arastra,
computers.
she's looking at you, and she was like, I just have to know, after all the annoying things that you guys have put me through, what team am I dealing with?
Team FAP.
No! I think Arastra specifically should answer, and she knows what it is in the heart of her heart. And then Arastra says,
Team Sapphire.
yeah.
Is that right, or is it the other
And then
one?
Ooh,
the
that
epic
felt like
music
really good to
plays.
hear.
Like sick guitar
Land on
riff.
it.
Yeah.
I felt that in my heart. That felt really good to hear.
So she looks at you guys and she's like, Team Sapphire. I'm sure it was nice while it lasted. And the screen cuts off.
Uh-oh. And I real quick
This
go,
is
it
why-
was Oh wait.
Asher, you are picking up some noise from the little comm thing that you left at the very front.
I'm so glad I did that.
I'm hearing some noise.
It sounds
Same.
like the rushing of like feet, like many feet, like bounding and running. Right.
I'm thinking we should probably get out of here.
Great, Pike, you got a drill, right? Can you just like drill your way out of this thing?
Straight out of here.
I mean, I can. I'm able to dig a 5-foot room in an hour.
All right, never mind.
I'm thinking we need to if we just run straight back down that new hallway we found, we'll be okay.
And we locked a lot of doors. Let's remember this.
We did.
We locked a lot of doors.
I grab NP and I throw him over my shoulder.
I love that you guys still have this guy. Cool. We're not going to spend a bunch of time like having you guys like manually run your way through there.
Oh, yeah,
right? You guys start booking it back through this thing, right? And there's all these red emergency lights that are leading you kind of back to that room anyway. As you guys are like sprinting down the hallway, you can hear the sounds of these noises getting a little bit closer to that room.
Can we tell what kind of noises they are?
It sounds like Grimm. So as you guys are running down, right, like the red lights, there's an alarm flashing. You hear that it sounds like there are definitely Grimm that have come into that room, and they are colliding with the door. And as you make your way into that room that is right next to it, right, you can hear them bashing at the door, and you are in the keycard room now.
Did somebody grab the key card?
It's still in the computer. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, dude, no, I legitimately was just thinking about that.
Oh
I think we should go
my
through the
anxiety
door.
is so high right now.
Let's go. Rastra, where are you?
I'm coming. I'm here.
So yeah, you guys get through there, and you swipe that key card. It like has does a little thing where it's like, and at some point your comm thing shorts out because something stepped on it.
Can I do something a little crazy here?
What do you want to do?
No.
So I have gravity dust. Is there a
Oh
way
my.
that I can use that almost as like a landmine? Can I set it up so that if I place it in that doorway and Grimm step on it, it either like roots them to the ground or like pushes them up to the ceiling?
Give me a little dexterity check, and we can like have you set like a little trap with it.
All right, great.
Nice.
11 plus dex. I think it's gonna be a 14.
So Asher is able to rig up that little like dust bomb. You guys quickly rush over. You
the door?
are able to open this door. It's like whoosh, opens with a little whoosh, and you guys walk in and see this like big contraption that basically is like a landing for this elevator. It's like a kind of an old school looking elevator. You run into there, and I'll show you what you see. Cool. So yeah, you guys come in on this
super cool.
Yeah, this elevator here, old school. Right, there's like a crank on the front of it that you'll need to work to get this thing starting to move, and you guys can go inside there and take up positions around it. This thing is going to start to go a little bit lower. In Tailspire,
So I've
it's
got
not
NP.
actually going to move. I'll let you know kind of when we're moving. It'll be kind of theater of the mind as it starts to move down.
Okay, so we closed the door into here, and we're gonna lock it. Does it seem like a pretty secure door?
No, I mean, it's not that different than some of the other doors in the space.
Dang it.
Great.
So, Pike, since you're the last one on, like this crank to start this thing moving down is on the outside.
Okay, I'll crank it.
Yeah, just give me a strength roll.
9 plus 10. I give you a good middle crank.
That'll be enough. It just and then like the whole thing starts to like start up and spin up. And do you like want to get on while it starts to move down?
Yeah, I'd like to. I want to get on, and then I want to say, let's go to Lemon 1.
Yeah, so this thing starts to move down, and as it does, you hear kind of from the other room like boom, like it's like the sound of like gravity dust enacting. So that tells you that these things have torn through that first door, and then boom, boom, like right, they're starting to pound on this this next door.
Is there a top to this elevator?
No,
or
there
is
is
it
not a
open
top. That's what I was about to tell you. It is open, right? So anything that comes in here is going to be able to leap
Great.
down onto this thing, right? So you guys might want to take up positions around it.
I'm gonna put this NP down because clearly I don't know why.
Yeah,
I
he
have
scurries
it anymore.
over into a corner, and he's like, "Man, it sure would be nice if you guys had left me my crossbow."
Yeah,
He's a
hey, it
little
sure would
salty
be
about
nice
that.
if you hadn't tried to kill us.
Well, I was
Ooh,
scared.
got you there, buddy.
I was scared.
Could he maybe like find like a pipe or something?
Yeah, sure. He starts looking around for a pipe. Yeah, so
Roll for
you,
perception, Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie. See what it
yeah,
feels like.
I'll roll for perception.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, roll to do a basic thing.
He rolled a 17, so it looks like one of us can come
course
through
he
on the rolls.
Oh, in that
Oh,
case, forget
ouch,
a pipe.
okay,
He
that was
finds
a
a
sick-
board with a nail in it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
he finds like a bat with barbed wire on it. Okay, so this thing is moving down agonizingly slowly, and then like this door crashes open, or well, actually, we'll say like this door is like right, like you hear like something's like peeling at it, and some Grimm are starting to make their way through. Right, it's not really a crash, then the floodgates would open, right? But from all this, you guys see 2 lancers and a saber. A saber leaps over the edge. Go ahead and roll initiative for me.
18
17.
18.
I rolled 20.
is
Oh, yeah,
21.
so Phoenix, Asher, Arashtra, Pike, and Grimm. These Grimm land in here in the midst of you guys, and they are ready to go for it. But first, we're going to start with Phoenix.
Eddie, I have a question for you. The areas to the left and right, are these open shafts by chance?
Yeah, this is now
Like-
open shaft.
How far was that drop?
It is pretty far. Yeah, to the landing, it's probably like 30 to 50 feet, but like past that, right? Like if you threw it past that or dropped it straight down the shaft, it would be much further.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I want to try and
Okay.
precisely grab this thing and chuck it straight down the shaft.
All right, give me a strength check.
Yes! Nat 20! Let's
Right,
go!
so Phoenix, you just pick like this thing, like it like leaps over the edge, lands in front of you. You don't waste a second. You grab it like by like the jowls and pick this thing up and like WWE it like over the side, and it just goes like flailing down this elevator shaft and just disappears past the landing.
Is NP standing right next to me?
No, he's like down in the corner, like holding his bat. He's like,
Who's
that
that?
was awesome.
Who's that right next to me?
That's
Asher.
That's Asher.
I put up my hand for like a big old high five. I'm like, ah!
Oh, that is NP
Oh.
next to you. Okay, yeah, that
Oh.
is NP.
Sorry, Chad.
Yeah, next up in the order is Asher.
Can I like sneakily like climb up the side of this weird
This is not the
stair?
time for sneak.
I want to like
Where are you?
sneak up
Oh, yeah, I
behind
see
it
you.
and then
Yeah,
stab
you
it
could
in
totally,
the back.
you could totally like scale that thing. Give me a stealth check.
All right, that's 12 plus 5, so 17.
All right, so yeah, that is successful. You sneak up behind this thing. It's like kind of hovering over the stairs in front of Pike. It doesn't see you scale up the side. And what are you going to do from there?
Oh, I would like to just double stab it right in the back.
All right, so yeah, you're going to jump off and double stab it. Give me a roll with an advantage.
Double stab.
Oh, that was an 8. So 14?
14.
Yep,
Nice.
14.
Yeah, so you leap off and you like double stab this thing in the back. Give me your damage rolls.
Okay, I got a 3 and a 4, so 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 4, 11,
And then roll a
and
d6.
then a d6. All right, so that was 11 plus 1, so 12.
You know what? Every bit helps.
Yeah.
You scale up this thing sneakily. You jump, you dive, you stab right into its back. It like screeches and flails around, and as you leap off, it's like barely fluttering. Next in the order, we've got Arashtra.
I'm going to take aim at the other lancer. I'm going to use more ice dust, and I'm going
Nice.
to launch an arrow directly at it.
Give that roll. Give that roll.
13.
13. That hits. Yeah. So yeah, you look up at it. It like flew down the shaft, and just before it gets close enough to you to do anything, or on its way down, right, you fire this ice dust arrow and connect with its thorax.
You give me a double check. Here, I'll double check that while you're doing it.
So damage is 11.
Just so you know, if you Google "do wasps have butts," not much comes up.
It's just a picture of Carrie.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what's the ice damage effect to this thing?
Frozen for 3 turns unless they succeed in a DC 13 strength saving throw.
Yeah. So you fire this thing. It like the ice dust like activates. Lots of damage to the thorax, just like juicy thorax damage, and
to
it
the
like
thorax.
falls the rest of the way down the thing. Right. And like maybe we'll say that like the top half of it is like frozen and like slowly creeping. It's got just enough for its wings, but like it's also like barely able to hang on, and now is starting to get covered in ice. Next
Cool.
up in the order, we've got. All right, these are some very effective turns, y'all.
Now it's your time for a cool moment.
This is my time for a cool moment.
Oh no!
I'm trying to decide if I want to multi-attack or not. Do I need to call that at the beginning, or can I do my thing?
No, you can do it. Yeah, you can do one in the usual
Okay.
aura for the next
I'm
attack.
going to...
Yeah, I just want the aura
since-
for the advantage roll to be...
Totally. I'm gonna move on top of these crates here, like looking really cool.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna shoot my cannon at the one that Arashtra attacked.
Okay.
And that is 9 plus 4, 13.
Nice, so that hits.
Oh yeah. And then
Nice.
1d10 plus 4 bludgeoning damage. 5 damage.
Cool. So yeah, you vault your way over this over these boxes.
Does it look
lower
cool?
your cannon at it. Yeah, it looks awesome. Right, and you blast this thing like right in the face, and now it's like one of its mandibles is like barely hanging on, and it is not looking good at all.
You know, I'm gonna stop there. I'm not gonna
Okay.
press my luck.
Next up in the order, we've got these two Grimm boys. So yeah, this one right here that is in front of Asher. Man, okay, so this one, it turns at you now that you've got its attention, and it like tries to like take a bite out of you, and you're able to like just coolly like slide out of the way. And next up in the order is this other Grimm next to Pike. It turns towards Pike, and it is going to attempt the same thing. Actually, it's
And the
gonna try to
same thing's gonna happen.
And
Wait, but that
man, I
guy's
should-
frozen, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's right.
My
He is
Pike?
frozen.
Yeah,
So he can't
Nice.
do anything unless he makes that.
The saving throw.
It's able to break out of that ice, and now it can move. It turns to Pike and attempts to sting Pike. And Pike, tell me your AC real quick.
It's 13.
All right, so it stings you, right? But it still had all this ice, and it was super cold,
Yeah.
and this thing's barely hanging on, right?
Yeah.
And it like stings you and kind of like glances off you a little bit for 2 damage.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
Yeah. Okay. So back to Phoenix.
Are we skipping our boy NP?
NP peed himself.
Oh, we're gonna give NP a turn. Fine.
Yes!
NP.
Yeah.
Yes.
So NP, we'll just say he runs up and gets next to Asher, and even though he won't fit in the game, he runs up next to Asher, and he's gonna take a swing with this barbed wire bat that he found for this zombie
Hell yeah.
apocalypse weapon. This is your guys' fault, by the way, because you encouraged this.
Oh, no.
He rolled a 1.
No!
So he runs up and
You're
swings at
gonna
this
kill him.
lancer, and he actually hits Asher with it.
Oh, what the? I am upset.
He was so freaked out. He like ran down the stairs and he screamed the whole way like and then like swung, missed the lancer, knocks this like barbed wire bat like right into like your thigh and does 5 damage.
What?
Whoa!
I'm gonna kill him. It's like, so, to paint that picture, it's like, I just do this sweet stealthy move and like double backstab this thing. It's like almost at him, like, yeah, like getting ready to fight. I dodge it, and then this dude just comes running up and he's like, ah! Just like, clocks me.
Yeah. Okay, so next in the order, you guys asked for this. You guys demanded.
We
it.
did.
You rolled a really great damage roll. Phoenix's turn.
Oh God. Okay, Eddie. Looking at this, do we see that he did that on? Does it look like he did it on purpose? It looked like it was just
No,
a
it
complete
it
whiff.
looks like he completely whiffed.
I want to try to run up this wall. Oh God, I ran outside. Oh God. Run up this wall and like try to do like a parkour move up the wall. Pull my claw out and go like right into the
NP.
top.
Yeah,
of
give me
the,
an acrobatics check.
It's a 16 plus
thank God.
3.
Okay,
19.
cool. So yeah, you pulled off that sweet move. Go ahead and give me your attack roll. Actually, no, I'll just give it to you. I did that before you even rolled, right? Because it was a high enough roll when you were trying to make it all part of the same thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you
Okay.
were trying to do 2 separate things. I'll just give it to you because it was a high enough roll. You get up and do that. Give me your melee damage.
Cool. 3 plus 4, so 7.
Cool. You run up, you kick off the wall, and turn and like slash this thing in the air, and it dissolves. Next up, we've got Asher.
This is a moral quandary right now for me, guys. I'm gonna stare directly into his eyes and be like, we're gonna talk about that later.
He like looks at you and is like, okay.
And then I'm
It
gonna,
feels really
I'm gonna
bad.
hobble my butt up here and go after this next lancer. If this doesn't go well, it's because my legs hurt. Never mind.
Nice.
18.
You don't even need to roll damage on it because your modifier is going to make it more HP than this guy's got. You also slide over the thing and then you just like throw your sword breaker right in this dude's like busted up mandible, and it also dissolves. Cool. You guys feel this thing like it's starting to slow down.
What floor are we on?
You were up at L5. You're about to be at L4.
Yeah.
Do you guys stay where you're at? Are you taking up different positions?
I just want to just
I-
move to the side a little bit.
All right, move your characters wherever you want to move them because you've got a little second for that.
I run up and I grab NP by like the back of his collar and I yank him along with me, and we're gonna go to the other stairs here.
Okay. So like the whole thing, the whole elevator stops. The doors open up. You would know that crank to get the elevator moving is just outside of those doors here. Again, you killed these things really fast. You have just a second.
Why don't we just send NP out to do it, and then they can stay there and be safe, and we don't have to deal with NP anymore.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I guess I can do that. Are you guys sure? Are you guys gonna come back for me, or?
We'll think about it, but at least there's no Grimm. Hey, you'll be
All right.
safe. It's
Mostly
okay.
that.
You'll be safe.
So he like pulls that thing down, and the elevator starts moving. As it does, you guys hear some more noise from above you.
Did he stay behind, or did he try and leap onto the elevator?
No, he stayed behind.
I just want to shout back, NP, run far away.
You guys get another saber and another lancer that have made their way down onto this thing. We're back to Phoenix.
Eddie, I would like to, assuming this thing is facing the direction in which it's currently facing on the board.
It's looking at you guys. It would not look at you guys.
Phoenix, rip its mandibles off.
Because this takes us back to square one, the very first game we played. I am going to reach forward, and I'm going to attempt to rip its mandibles right off.
Give me a strength check.
I guess I'm ripping the mandibles off.
I
Or
will tell
attempting
you,
to.
I'm just going to be a nice DM here and let you know that this thing's main attack is with its stinger.
I am going to rip its stinger
Rip
off.
its stinger off.
Rip that stinger off.
I look it right in the eye, and my hand goes lower, and I rip the stinger. I'm going to rip the stinger right off.
All right, give me. You're going to do a strength contest with this thing.
I just rolled a 15, Eddie. Plus strength plus 2, so 17.
It rolled a 15, so you win. You reach up and you grab its stinger.
No, reach
and it
down.
tries to,
That's
like,
important.
reach
He
down.
reaches down.
You reach down.
I reach
grab the
down.
stinger.
And I rip the stinger right off.
And it like has such a reaction because that's like a very violating touch, and it like tries to like pull away like very very hard, flying, and it rips its own stinger off when it does that, and so it like shrieks. All right, so that did 7 damage to this guy.
Eddie, thank you so much.
Full circle.
Okay, next up in the order we've got Asher.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, go ahead and follow that, Asher.
There's no way I can. I'm gonna try and do the exact same thing I did before. Hence my sneaky spot behind these stairs.
Ooh, there you go.
I'm gonna climb up and then I'm gonna double backstab it again.
Yeah, give me that stealth check. This is such like a video game thing.
12 plus 5, so 17.
Yeah, that is going to be high enough. So yeah, you're able to climb up, sneak up
Right.
behind this thing. What are you doing? You just double backstab?
Yeah, double backstabbing it again.
Yeah, so you're able to like sneak your way up, kick up, and then you dive like right into this thing. Like your blades go right, like in sync on either side of its ribcage. It shrieks, and then give me your damage rolls. It'll be 2d4 plus 4, and then you'll roll a d6 for that surprise.
So that's 12 plus 4. Oh my god. So that's 16 plus 4. So that's 20.
And with that, Asher ripped his stinger off.
You reach underneath. So yeah, you dive and like bury both blades into, or both of those swordbreakers into its side. It shrieks. You kind of like leap off onto the stairs. And this thing is looking like pretty haggard, like stumbling around on the stairs, but it's still holding on.
Oh!
Next up in the order, we've got Arashtra.
I'm going to draw an arrow, but this time I'm going to use yellow dust, electricity,
Nice.
and I'm going to fire at the saber. 18.
So yeah, that hits. Give me your damage.
Okay, so 8 damage plus an additional 1d6. 10
Perfect.
total.
So that is just enough, right? Like you fire, Asher like lands, he like ducks out of the way, you like pull your windlass up and fire right over his shoulder, like hit this thing directly in the head, like lightning dust like lights up, and it dissolves. Nice. Next up in the order, we've got Mr. Pike Wright.
Hello. I'm going to keep this nice and simple. I'm going to pull out my cannon, and I'm going to shoot right at Stinger over there.
Stingerless.
15
Nice.
plus 4. I just
Doing
want to make
good.
it really clear. What I did was I picked up my arm, I pointed at the tip, and then I pointed it at him. And then I'm going to roll 1d10 plus 4, 7.
So yeah, you kind of taunt this thing, and then fire it. You hit this thing like right near one of its wings, and like it sinks down a little bit, and it's got like the one wing that's like still holding on, barely, and it's just above the ground. It is not looking good. It is stingerless and wing damage.
You sure you don't want me to kill it for like cool narrative effect?
No, that's fine. Next up in the order is this Lancer. It is looking at you with a vengeance, Phoenix. And
I'm like holding its stinger, like looking at it still, like.
Oh, can you
Like,
hit it? Can you stab it with its own stinger?
I was gonna do that exact thing.
Yes!
Chad, you and I, same page today, buddy.
Right, so this thing no longer has a stinger to sting you with, so it's gonna still try to like get in with its like mandibles, which will not be nearly as effective. And it tries to do that, right, and snatches at you, but it's misjudging the distance because one of its wings is messed up, and it's lost its stinger. It just got neutered. So yeah, it like try to does its mandibles at you, and you like just kind of like definitely move out of the way.
So I go, as it goes for that move, I would like to take the stinger and go straight up through the bottom of its head.
All right, give me a dexterity roll on that. So that'll be more reaction.
I'm going to burn an aura point to make sure I roll an advantage on this
Okay.
one.
There you
That's
go.
good.
Oh, that's 20.
I won't even roll that second dice. Let's see how this
so,
plays out.
Yeah, it tries to snatch at you. You get out of the way. You just have to drive that stinger like right up through its mouth, and that thing dissolves as well. Okay, so yeah, you hear more. You hear kind of more of a clamor like above you guys. You guys have a chance to like take up positions real quick, and this thing like stops at the next floor. You are now at L3.
Who's got the best strength modifier? Phoenix?
I got it.
Phoenix,
So I
go
run,
for
I
it.
run out there. I'm feeling pretty ready to do this. So I go ahead and I jump out there, Eddie, and I crank that soldier boy.
I was gonna say it.
All right, give me that roll.
Oh, it's a 42.
Cool. So you like yank it, and we're not gonna do a thing right where you have to like keep rolling until you get it. You yank it, it goes down there, but it gets like kind of stuck, and it's like. And so like something weird is happening with the elevator. The gears are starting to like mess with this a little bit, and it starts shuddering a little bit. Above you, you hear a roar, and you've got a barnacle that
Oh, I
leaps,
knew it!
just like bounds and leaps. It catches onto the cables for this thing. It starts like sliding down and around. And what it does is
Pole dancing
this-
paid off.
this thing is jammed and not moving, and the bearing grabs on and starts like kicking at like the truss like crane mechanism that like holds a lot of this stuff together, and it kicks and kicks and like snaps the thing off. The elevator starts to drop and like move a little bit, but it was able to kick off like some of the framework that like holds some of this elevator up, and now the elevator feels like it's like not very stable as it's starting to move down. And everyone give me perception checks.
9 for me.
I'm at 18.
8.
13.
Everybody but Phoenix, give me a dexterity saving throw. This thing starts to fall down, and all of you like look up and see it, right? And this whole thing starts like crashing down onto the elevator. Phoenix is able to kind of perceive where it's going to fall and like slides out of the way. Everybody else, right, is not able to judge that as easily, and so now you are going to have to see if you get out of the way of this thing as it falls down.
Yeah, 22.
11.
12.
Both Pike and Arashtra roll D10 for me.
D10?
Yeah, this thing
Oh,
lands.
no.
This is a huge piece of like the framework that like falls across the part of the elevator. Whoa! And lands like on you guys, hits you. Cool. Like Arashtra, like it like catches you like on one of your legs as you're able to like try to get out of the way. Like Pike, it actually like clocks you across like the head on its way down. And then it like bounces and starts to fall down. This
I'm back
elevator
to my
shaft.
level 1 health.
Berengal is now holding onto these wires, and it's just starting to like rip at the wires.
This is rocking the boat, and I'm feeling pretty angry. And I saw Pike get knocked down, and I clap into beast mode. Roar! Can I like climb up the cables, like, and try to grab him and like yank him down?
Yeah, you can go climb up the cables.
Okay, so that's what I want to do. I want to like try to like climb up the cables and grab him to try and like yank him down. So I don't know how many rolls you want me to do there.
Give me a strength check, and then we'll see kind of where it goes from there.
14
They're
and
both
14. Wow,
14.
Okay.
okay, well, here we are.
Plus your strength
So
modifier?
14 plus 2 plus another 1. So 13, if I'm reading that correctly. 17, yeah.
You get up there and you grab onto this thing. It rolled pretty well also. So now you are just like kind of hanging on to it. Now what do you do?
I'm in beast mode. I'm around him. I've got my arms wrapped around him.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop my shield.
This will be fun. So you pop the shield open, and
Not when
it
you
was
say
like,
it, Eddie.
I know, right?
It was like it was starting to like pull at these cables. You're holding onto its hip. You like pop it the shield, and right as you do, like it actually rips those cables. And
Oh, no.
both of you come like falling to the elevator and collide, and like that extra bit of like chunk, like as you guys land on top, snaps the rest of the mechanisms, and this thing starts to plummet. Yeah. So this thing is falling super fast from here. and there's not a whole lot of time to react.
Thank God it's my
Grimm is
turn.
racing up towards you, and what do you guys do?
The Berengal, is he underneath me? Did we fall on the thing on top of each other, or?
Yeah, you guys landed kind of like side by side on top of this thing, on top of the kind of right where we have Phoenix's character right here.
Okay. High enough to take damage or not?
Fall damage is D8, I want to say, for every 10 feet.
So
just roll me one.
quick roll for that. Got a 1.
You got a
Cool.
one? Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, I would love to fire my grappling hook into the wall and yell at everyone to come grab on.
Okay, give me a dexterity roll.
Yes!
Woo!
Wow.
Yes!
So Asher,
Yes!
Asher like fires
18.
his. You're lucky you got this because I was going to give you one chance for above and then one chance for below, but you decided to wait. So you only got one shot. Yeah. So yeah,
Oh
you
my
fire that into the bottom and you call out. And does everybody, I assume, run over and grab onto him?
I
Yeah,
would
you
like
guys,
to, yes.
Yeah, everyone's like scaling, leaping, grabbing on.
I'm still in beast mode.
Oh no.
So I have to resolve that.
Well, you're fine. You leave over to him, Asher. You're gonna give me a strength check as everyone grabs onto your back.
I would like to grab for your weapon, but also raise my pickaxe and try to dig it into the side of the shaft as we're falling as well.
Like that?
For a second anchor point.
On my way there, I kind of want to like jump and shoot downward, so I can kind of like
Everyone's
like a little-
working together to stop this from
Mini-
being a strength check.
arc towards
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Okay,
we don't
Carrie,
want that for you,
Carrie,
Chad.
give me a dexterity check. Arashtra, give me a dexterity check.
I'm gonna go ahead because I feel like we're getting close and I see them making the move. I'd like to bound towards the side and try to make the jump to use my claws and slide down the wall.
All right, you give me a
21.
dexterity check also.
Non-natural 20.
21, I think, total for me. I think it was 16 plus 5.
Yeah, so all of you, like, this thing starts to crash down. Like, Asher pulls up, like, fires this thing. He's like, now! And then, like, Arashtra goes over, like, is able to, like, kind of use Asher's, use Asher to, like, leap off into the wall, like, strikes the windlass into it. Pike is able to, like, blast himself to, like, slow his descent and, like, get up there with Asher. And then, Phoenix, you leap off and you start sliding down the wall. The Berengal is still on top of this thing as it, like, smashes into the bottom of this thing and just, like the whole thing, like, crunches up and it's all full and the Berengal dissolves. And yeah, you guys below you see the bottom of the shaft and you see a door.
All right. Well, I guess I lower us down to the.
Yeah, and then there's
First
a
floor.
door waiting for you, you know, kind of like past all the rubble and stuff of this smoking elevator.
I transform back into my human fauna self.
So yeah, as you guys like lower down, you actually see that this Berengal like is still barely holding on, and it looks over at you guys, and you notice for the first time, just kind of in the heat of battle with everything, that this Grimm, and now that you think about it, all the other ones did too, has glowing blue eyes,
Whoa.
very similar
That's
to
not
what
right.
you saw on that
Interesting.
necklace. Yeah, so you guys lower down, and then you have this door waiting for you. It's labeled L1, right? That's like authorized personnel only, and it's got that key card swipe in it.
I still have the key card.
Mm.
Yeah. So, and feeling empowered from what we just accomplished, I just walk up to the door and swipe the key card.
You open it, and there's like 74 Grimm on the other
Servo
side.
strut.
No!
Stop doing that, Eddie.
On the other side of this, you guys see this kind of like mainframe that was referenced kind of earlier, right? The place that holds all the information from this underground base that Pastel built. It's like pristine. It's like barely touched, right? Like no one made it down here when some of these Grimm got out. You walk in, right, and it's like banks of computers and stuff, but they're just like above. There is a single spot on the keyboard, perfect to swipe this key card again.
I'm gonna hand the key card to Pike.
What?
Hang on to me.
That's a power play.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like slowly
I
just.
didn't know we had props.
Asher looks incredulously at Arastra and be like,
I look at Arashtra. I give her that like I'm holding back tears head nod, and I go and I swipe it or put it, insert it, or whatever I need to do with this key card.
So yeah, so you do it, and this computer comes to life, and you can see through here. And I'm not going to make you guys do a bunch of rolls for this, right? Because there's no tricks to it, right? You can see here, just looking through it, that you know, all the footage and the information that was kind of living in this base above got like dumped down to here, and you actually can see some of the security camera footage. You can see other things, right? You see an access, right, list of like a database of a bunch of different items that aren't named, right, but they're numbered, like item 01, item 002, item 003, and there's a lot of question marks near these where you can tell that they were doing experiments and trying to figure out what any of these things did. And item 013 in particular has a bunch of notes associated with it. that it apparently had an effect on the Grimm. There are actually some security videos that are attached to this thing. And when you click it, you see kind of like security footage pop up that was recorded at some time previously. And it's got like a log next to it that says Javi Pastel. And you see kind of a young man. He just, to be honest, he looks kind of a little bit like a douchebag.
I know what it is.
Right. He's very cocky and right. He's sitting there and he's looking very excited. And he holds up this necklace. That,
I knew it! I knew it was the damn necklace that Lemon's wearing.
And so, yeah, it's the same one that you guys saw that Lemon was wearing. And he's like, okay, this is going to be really exciting. And in the security footage, he puts this necklace on. And he waves over to some other people that are in the room, right? More people that are like kind of dressed up like some of these goons that you saw earlier, like MP is not in this footage, right? And he talks about how this is one of the things that he found in the mountains, and they've tried all kinds of stuff, but this one they were able to get something that he's very excited about. He's like, watch this. And so the camera pans over and you see that there are a bunch of Grimm in these cages. And he's like, we've been shipping these in from all over. We got these guys in from Atlas, right? And you see the sabers that are sitting there. And he's like, we just want to see like what works and what doesn't. And it seems to have an effect on any of them. And he nods at some of these guys to open the cages up. And everyone looks really nervous. And he kind of holds up his hands. And he's like, no, just go for it. So they open it and you watch as these Grimm start to come out looking like they're ready to tear these guys apart, and the necklace glows bright blue, and then so do the eyes of the sabers. And he gets this big grin on his face and he's like, okay, now watch this. Camera pans over, pulls back a little bit wider, and you see that there's like someone tied to a chair, right? You can't see their face. And Pastel like kind of does like a motion with his hands, and the Grimm just leap on this person in the chair, and it's pretty gruesome, and the camera kind of pulls away from it. And a lot of this kind of happens on screen, but you kind of hear these sickening like awful noises, and Pastel kind of like comes over back to the camera, and he's very excited, and he's like, this is going to make me very rich. You guys are able to pour over more videos, read more files and logs, and you see that Pastel actually agreed to sell this necklace to the Wave, but then you're able to learn that he decided to get out of this deal because someone else showed up in town, and really that's all he kind of says about that. But you kind of get the picture through these files and stuff that he wanted to relocate all these things to his house, and that there were still a couple of items 008 and 015 that were up in the base. You're able to, if you want, we're just gonna say that one of you guys has a way to like save this to kind of like a local to your scroll.
We'll send it to Phoenix's scroll, please.
Yeah. So because it would take you guys, right, looking through it, it would take you a little bit to dig through all of this, right? There's like photos and logs of where exactly it was that Pastel found some of this stuff out in the mountains. There's more logs about what other items that he had gathered. If you guys want to take that, and I presume send it to Phoenix.
I think we should all have copies if possible.
That's true. We probably should.
Okay. So you guys are able to kind of download that, and through like being able to go around the computer, you're able to see that there is kind of like a little hidden shaft that'll lead outside from this room back up into the mountains. You guys are able to follow this shaft up and out, and it actually takes you up to a spot in the mountains, kind of near Kuchinashi, that you haven't really been before. Behind you, when you close up the shaft of this thing, it's actually a very well hidden panel that once it shuts, right, you can't even like find like a seam on it. So you're not even sure if you'd be able to like get back into it without like a lot of investigation. You walk out onto this brook, this kind of like little flowing brook that's near you. And you can kind of start to clamber up towards the mountains, and after a few moments you can see it. It's Kuchinashi, and some of it is on fire.
I knew it.
Now that you guys are here and kind of out in the open, Phoenix, your scroll buzzes with a bunch of text messages that you've been missing.
All right, pull it out and take a look. What do I see?
You've got quite a few messages from Tope. And you open it up, and several of them are just repeating, "Did you guys make it out of there?"
How long ago was the last message from him?
It's actually been pretty regular. You can tell that like it's kind of like every like 15-20 minutes he's like sending another message.
I don't know if he knew where we were, so I say out of where? Question mark.
He said, He said out of the house. He's like, you were there, right?
I guess I look over to Asher.
Your phone starts buzzing because now he's calling.
I toss my scroll to Asher. You better catch it. You better catch it. You better catch it.
I catch the scroll. Hello.
He's like, oh my gosh. Oh, which one of you is this?
What's going on?
Did you all make it out of there?
Out of where?
Out of the house?
We did.
Out of the manor.
We
He's
did.
like, I was
What's
there
going
working
on?
private
Are you okay?
security.
All right, I see Pike is Pike is taking the phone from me. So all right, Pike now has the phone.
We made it out of the mansion. What's going on? What's happening?
He gets kind of really, really quiet. He's like, when you guys come back to the city, just be careful. There's no more city guard.
What do you mean? Where did they go?
He's like, it's just us now. He said, the wave made a move last night at the party. All of their enemies were in one place, and a bunch of Grimm came in. And he says that, and there's kind of like a long silence. And like you guys look up and you see some of Kuchinashi burning above you, and the sun is raising on kind of a new day in the city. And you kind of hear Tope, right? He's like, are you guys there? What are we gonna do?
I take the phone from Pike and I say, Team Sapphire's on the way.
Oh!
Nice. And you guys get the sense, right, as you're looking up at the city, that this place is now up for grabs.
Gosh.
And that's where we're gonna cut off this arc.
No!
I got chills, man. I've got chills
yeah.
right now. I have to know what happens next.
Carrie is distraught over here.
I know,
Yeah.
dude. Me too.
No, seriously, thank you guys so much for doing this silly show and being such good players. You guys were a
Dude, you were
blast.
great.
Dude,
You're a
thank
great
you,
DM,
man. You killed it.
Yeah.
You did such a great job.
Yeah, and thanks to everybody for watching this. And
Yeah.
we hope to be able to continue this story and keep having fun with Team Sapphire.
I'm gonna go cry.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm just kidding.